but I want to come clean about goals and perfect couple, because the truth is, hey y'all, so I thought it would be nice to do a sit down video. I've been doing a lot of the 31 days of random question videos, and I kind of just do them on the fly in the middle of whatever I may be doing that day. So I thought it would be fun to do a sit down video, and I was thinking about what subject matter I wanted to use for a sit down video. And one of the ideas I came up with is relationship realness. I know I see it every single day about relationship goals or a perfect couple or just things along those lines, but mostly along lines of perfect. So a lot of people, when I post about me and Matt, or post pictures of us, or talk about something that we were doing, people always use the term perfect. Oh, you guys are perfect. And I really love those comments. I appreciate those comments because I love him, and every day we try to be better for each other in our relationship. But I want to come clean about goals and perfect couple, because the truth is, there's no such thing as perfect couple. None at all. No matter how hard anybody tries, there is no such thing as perfect. Don't get me wrong, I love the super sweet comments that people leave and all the nice things they say. Oh, you guys are awesome. I wish my relationship was like you, and I can't wait to find a man like him, and you know, stuff like that. And I love those comments. Sometimes I feel like people get the wrong impression that we are a perfect couple, and I just want to come clean about that, because we're not. We're not at all. And now everybody that watches my videos knows that I keep it real, and I wanted to do some relationship realness, because you guys have seen videos of Matt and I, and you see that we have a good camaraderie. We get along well. It has taken us almost 13 years to find each other's flow and to know how to work together in our relationship, because a relationship is constantly working together to figure out what works best for us. And that's why I wanted to give a little bit of relationship advice for people that I know have asked me before. Well, how do you guys keep things good between you, and do you ever argue? And well, I'm going to get into that, because we do argue, and we have to work hard towards our relationship. So I'm going to jump into some stuff that I think really helps us in our non-perfect relationship. Okay, like I said, Matt and I have been together collectively for 13 years, because I say collectively because when we were dating and married, so all together, we've been together a long time, a long time. So 13 years all together for our full relationship, and along the way we have learned a lot. And I don't remember us getting a ton of relationship advice from anybody else, so I thought, and I think we really could have used relationship advice along the way, so that's why I wanted to give a little bit of advice. Now, you don't have to take the advice. You could be doing it already, but I just thought it would be nice to explain to you guys some things that we do to keep things working well. Now, one of the misconceptions of a good relationship is that there's no arguing. Not true. We argue like cats and dogs, and my theory on that is, once you stop arguing with each other is when you're not fighting for the relationship. There's a difference in fighting and bickering and arguing, which is normal in a relationship, because if you're married and you live together and you have kids, you're gonna bump heads with each other. You're going to. Even if it's over the dumbest junk, like you didn't put the cap back on the toothpaste. It's bound to happen. When you live with somebody, even if you're not in a relationship and you live with somebody, you still, if you notice, you'll bump heads with your roommate. It's gonna happen. So if you're in a close proximity with someone, it's bound to happen. So that's one of the things that I recommend is sometimes you need time apart. And that's going to help you with not bumping heads so much, because when you're up each other's butt all the time, you're going to bump heads all the time. So one of the things that I found, and I hate being away from my husband, I hate it, but is time away from each other. Even if it's just a few hours out of the house or while he's at work, I feel like I miss him more. But I've noticed when he's on vacation and he's home for a week or a week and a half or whatever, we bump heads a little bit. Of course, then when he's back at work, I miss him terribly, and I'm like, I want you back home. But it's just a natural thing that happens to bump heads with each other. Now, we don't get into arguments over like heavy stuff like cheating or anything like that. It's always dumb junk like your pillow's on my side of the bed, or the toothpaste cap's not on, or you didn't wash that dish right, or this food's burnt, or just dumb stuff. And I feel like that comes with being stuck together a lot. So one of my things is space apart sometimes. Go do something on your own. Matt just got back from a business trip. I feel like distance does make the heart grow fonder. You learn to appreciate their presence. When they're gone, you learn to appreciate them and their presence. And it kind of makes you step back a little bit and think, do I really need to argue about the toothpaste lid not being on? Probably not. So I feel like a little bit of break from each other sometimes is good. Now, on the flip side of that, if you are a parent and you have children and you're both busy doing your own work ventures and things like that, time together is vital. Time away from the kids is vital. Matt and I do not do that as much as we should, and we really should. But one thing that we do every year, now I know this isn't like something everyone could do because some people have small babies and some people just don't want to leave their kids for that long, but we take a yearly trip for like 3 or 4 days, and it gives us time to reconnect with each other, because I feel like for so long we did not take advantage of time together until our kids were a little bit older, and now we're realizing that it is super important for us to have that time together, because I feel like we were missing that part. We needed a reconnect, because for a while the only part of our relationship that we connected on was our kids, and that can't be it. For us to be better parents, we have to have a better marriage and a better relationship with each other. So we have to make more time for each other, and that's one of my huge things, a huge piece of advice that we need to work on too, is make time for each other. Your kids will be fine, I promise. Took me forever to realize that. Your kids will be fine. Don't feel guilty. You have to make time with each other so in return you can be better parents, because you're getting along a lot better because you've reconnected and reignited your love for each other. So always, always, always make time for each other. Another piece of advice that I have learned along the way is let your spouse or significant other know that you are proud of them. No matter what they're doing, if they put together a table, something really simple, you did awesome, I'm so proud of you. Or if they got a huge bump up at work, a huge promotion, I am so proud of you, and I am so thankful for everything that you're doing for us, because sometimes that gets lost in transition when you working, kids, house chores, studying, if you're in school, on top of all that, everything gets lost in translation. And so you have to remember to let them know how you feel about them. It doesn't take a whole lot to let somebody know that you appreciate them. A little text during the day, or a phone call on your lunch break. I miss you, I can't wait to come home. Or also, my way of showing someone you appreciate what they do is maybe you do that thing for them. Oh, I appreciate you cooking dinner for me every night. Let me cook dinner tonight and you just rest and I'll cook for us. That's also something that doesn't take a lot of effort, and it goes a long way, because it shows the person that you are thinking about them and you are noticing all the things that they do. Oh, you worked hard at work today? I see you, and I know that you were working hard, so why don't you just sit down, and you don't have to worry about the kids or bath time or dinner or anything like that, I see you working, I'm gonna handle that for you. And that's not just for like a stay-at-home mom, that's for dads too. If they've been at work all day, let them just sit down sometimes. I know, and I'm guilty of this, as a stay-at-home mom, I have been like, you're home, you deal with it kind of situation. It doesn't always, sometimes I feel like I need that, but it doesn't always work like that. So, and I'm not trying to get into a debate with stay-at-home moms and the people and the parents that work and all that stuff. I'm not getting on a debate on that. Because I understand it from all sides, because I am working now too. So I understand all sides of that. But I just feel like a little bit goes a long way. Let your woman know that she's pretty, even if she looks a hot mess. Y'all see me 90% of the time, I'm a hot mess most of the time. But my husband still tells me I'm beautiful. If he means it or not, I don't know. You'll have to ask him. But just simple little things, especially for women. If you tell, that's the key to their heart, is telling them they look nice today, or that their food tastes good, or that their outfit is cute. That really brings her self-confidence up, and you know, when a woman's happy, it makes your life a whole lot happier too. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean? When the wife is happy, happy wife, happy life. Y'all should know that, right? Well, it works both ways, because when a man comes home grumpy as crap, you know, make his life a little bit easier too, because work probably sucked. So make sure you give to him just like he's giving to you. Another important thing in relationships, I feel like, is honesty. And I think these days and times with all the technology, it makes things a lot easier to cheat and to be unfaithful and to lie about a lot of things, because you can just delete stuff, or you can block people from being able to see things you're saying online. I just feel like, and with your cell phone and everything, I feel like honesty is the best policy. I know there's always huge debates with everybody about social media passwords and cell phone passwords and all the things like that. Matt has my password. I have his. We have each other's all passwords, but we don't check each other's stuff. Like, if I need to check our bank account, it's on his iPad, on his tablet. So he will, I'll go on there and check our bank account. I don't go on there snooping on his Facebook or in his messages or texts, because it's all, we have iPhones, so it's all linked together. I don't go snooping through all that. And he doesn't snoop on mine. If his iPad dies, he'll use mine to look up something on the internet. But we don't keep things from each other, and we'll use each other's cell phones. I feel like you don't have to give your password to them, but if they were to be like, oh, can I just use your phone? When you're more like, no, what do you need it for? Why do you need my password? That brings up stuff in their head like, well, what are you hiding if you're acting that crazy about a password just when I need to look up the Chinese restaurant's phone number on your phone? Honesty goes a long way. I kind of swooped off the trail there with that one, but because nowadays honesty is a huge thing with all the technology. So in conclusion to honesty, Matt and I keep things real with each other. We tell each other everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We know every single thing about everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. We were young and dumb back in the day. We both did things to hurt each other. We know it all about each other. I feel like when you lay everything out on the table, it just leaves no room for misinterpretation or second guessing of anything. You lay it out on the table, hash it out, put it in the past, and move on from it. And it builds you up better as a better couple in your relationship. So honesty, honesty, honesty. Be truthful always. I feel like the reason why I made this video, or wanted to make this video, was because I see a lot of people talking about me and Matt being perfect, or relationship goals, or things like that. And those are super sweet comments, because I leave those comments on people's too, you know, goals and stuff like that. I just don't want there to be people to think that I think our relationship is perfect, because it's not. It's far from perfect. There's no such thing in the entire world as perfect, because you can always better yourself. Always. It's like infinite possibilities when it comes to bettering yourself. So there's no such thing as perfect. So yeah, in conclusion, I just want to make sure everyone knows it's okay for you to not have a perfect relationship or seem like you have a perfect relationship, because those people that are portraying to have perfect relationships, they don't. And I wanted to come forward and let you know that if you think my relationship's perfect, it's really not. Not at all. There's no such thing. We have a great relationship. It's not perfect, because there is no such thing, absolutely no such thing at all. So, in my relationship realness, I want to let you guys know, no such thing as perfect. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand a little bit better on Matt and I aren't perfect, and I never want to try to portray that we are perfect, because we aren't. We argue like everybody else, and I want to make sure everybody knows that I keep it real, and that's one of the things I want to keep it real about. We argue, we don't get along, we have moments of dislike of each other, just like everybody else does. So, hopefully you guys got a little bit of useful information from a little bit of the advice I gave. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.